cool. We did the opposite of Benedetto this quarantine. We actually grew out the entirety of our leg hair together. It was a fun new thing. Anyone else? You didn't? It was like the time to be coherent with your feminism. It was like the time. You did? Why wouldn't you? I totally did. I had so much, I would walk around and I would clean surfaces with it. It was extremely long. But up here, I'd be like investing in the stock market because you can't clean without investing in the stock market. That's not feminist. But yeah, it was a lot because I started shaving really early. I started shaving when I was 12. I grew up a little bit in Miami, and there was this guy, Charlie Starr, who told me that he'd like me if I shaved my thigh hair. Really should tell you something about the amount of thigh hair that I was carrying at the time. It was more hair than thigh. It was long and blonde, and it would glimmer in the sun. If I went on Vespa, it would flap behind me in the wind. Terrible. Actually, when I shaved, to this day, kids from the cancer ward in my city, they send me letters thanking me for their new eyebrows. Because I donated. Because I'm an altruist. Yeah, I did just shave now. I had a lot of hair because you guys know how the graph goes. That you know that the more that you shave for, the stronger and blacker and more likely to be charged unfairly for a crime that your hair gets. You know how that goes like that? Oh, what, you didn't think I do social commentary? With my skirt and stuff? Yeah, I do. Drop in. I did just shave now. Because the sun came out and my feminism is weather dependent, so I did shave, and when I shaved, it was like taking down a little forest. It really was. It was like that. And when I passed the razor, I could actually hear Greta Thunberg go, "How dare you!" as I shaved. Another fun thing I started doing during the quarantine, I started taking birth control. To which you might say, "Oh, what? You were fucking a lot during the quarantine? Were you fucking a lot, Lara?" No, wishful thinking mostly. Some people write themselves a check for $100,000 million by the end of the year. I take birth control every day. I'm much more proactive about my superstition, just in case, you know. What if a dick rolls around, you know? You want to be ready. For those of you who are wondering what that feels like, birth control is like microdosing depression. That's what it feels like. It's really a tough endeavor. Every morning you wake up, you feel like Sophie and Sophie Choice. You feel like your body's like, "Hey Sophie, what kid do you want to kill today?" You're like, "Do I have to?" Sophie, you know the drill. I guess like the least fun one. I'm like, Sophie, actually we just got notice that they both died. Sorry. We promised it wouldn't happen again, but it happened. You're like, "Yeah, no, it's fine. Just go out of the house," and some guy's like, "Hey, you should smile more." And you're like, "Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I should." I did start taking it because I'm recently sexually liberated. It took a long time because I come from a Latin American mom. Anyone else? No one else from a Latin American mom. It's tough. It's tough if you do. I had a mom who for sure made me sexually repressed. She would say a lot of things. She would say like, "Nobody wants a lock that's opened by every key." And you know what that is? That's logic. That is a logic. That's a shitty lock. Honestly, that's a piece of shit lock. Nobody wants that lock. Good for nothing. That lock. Nobody wants an apple that's bitten by someone else. That apple is bitten by many other people. You want that apple? I will kick that apple. If you give me that apple, I will kick that apple. That's a shitty apple. She would say things that made you feel like every time you had sex with someone, you were turning your pussy into like a little counting machine. Yeah, bear with me. It was like that every time a dick came to like let himself in, your pussy would be like, actually, there's been 6 dicks in here before you, so just so you know. That's what I'm pretty sure my pussy sounds like. She's really comfortable with her lisp. She has no problem with it at all. Actually, there's been 6 dicks in here before you, and that's a lot, but just so you have all the information. She has a lot of opinions also. And then there would be like a yes or a no sign, and then little dick with his head would go over, and like click yes if he was into it, you know? And then the gates would open up, pube gates, obviously. They would open up, and then he'd put on a little coat, and if he tried to leave the coat outside, he wasn't allowed to come inside, obviously, because thanks for that little laugh. That's what I live for. Thank you very much. But yeah, that's kind of what it was like. And then I went to Southeast Asia, which I thought was an original adventure at the time. But then I moved to the Netherlands, and I found out everyone and their mothers had also gone there to get sexually liberated as well. And at that time, I went and I get there. And I see a group of Mexican guys, and I'm from Mexico, and you know when you see someone from your country outside of your country, it's like you ran into your long-lost cousin, you know? Just want to like hug them. Or what, that's just a Latin American thing? No, because it could be your cousin. Pretty sure that's racist. Between all the Mexican guys, there was this one Dutch guy. Beautiful Dutch guy, tall, like the chin, the nose, you know, like just like a perfect. At that time, I had never seen a Dutch guy before. I didn't know that there was a country full of people that looked exactly the same. It was a perfect looking guy. And I loved him, Next thing I know, we're at this party in the Thai jungle, right? Which is just a jungle in Thailand. And we're hanging out, and before I know it, we're making out. And I'm like, we haven't even talked, you know? I was like, they did the things that Dutch guys do, where they put their beautiful faces really near yours. And you don't even notice that they don't have a personality. Is he funny? No! He's not funny. He has blue eyes and a really nice nose. That's about it. But yeah, we're making out, but that night I don't go home with him, right? Because I had to take care of my flower. My mom told me I had to take care of my flower. If not, then he's not going to want to start a family with me in the Thai jungle, you know, and that's what every woman wants. So I go home, I take my flower with me. Next time I see him, we're hanging out, we're drinking, we're playing Never Have I Ever, because we have nothing to talk about. And between that, in this moment in my head, I think that the sexiest and hottest thing for a woman ever is like a virgin, untouched little virgin woman. Like, the more untouched and ripe and untouched, the better. And so I'm like, never have I ever had sex with more than one person. A little untouched body. And he's like, oh, really? That sucks. And I was like, yeah, I have like cobwebs in there. That's what I said. And in my head, my mom's like, you got him. And for some reason, he still wants to have sex with me, so we go upstairs to like the nasty hostel showers in Thailand. By the way, this is just my voice. I'm not about to cry. It's just the way that I sound. Sex with me, really sad. Alright, so we're in there, we're in the shower. I see my first uncircumcised dickaroonie. Crazy, if you've never seen one. That's crazy. They all, every single one of them looks like Alf. If you haven't looked it up, look it up when you get home. That's just facts. I'm just giving you guys facts. Every single one of them. 1 second you're giving a hand job, next you put a finger in his ass and you're a puppeteer. Anyways. See it, we have sex, it's all unprotected, whatever, it's nuts, it's gross. The next morning, shame hit me in the face because I have to go into the Thai pharmacy, which is just a pharmacy in Thailand. And I walk in, and there are 3 women in their hijab, you know, like the holiest Muslim women, and I have to sign to them. in sign language, asked them for the morning after pill, right? So I was like, last night, I had sex with this Dutch guy, very tall, very beautiful. And he came. Not my mouth, but my vagina. So I need a pill, like a little, for the morning, you know, like the morning after. He came. And they're like, you mean the morning after pill? In perfect English. And I was like, yes, please. In my head, my mom was like,